All right, I wasn't kidding when I said about I'd rather be talking about comics or movies, but um, so let's just start by saying I believe that President Trump was elected in 2020 to be president. Can I prove that? No. There's enough evidence out there to make me believe that there were shenanigans going on. And you can point to the write-in ballots and all that stuff that was illegal as to why he lost that election. But at the end of the day, I'm glad that he lost that election because it spurred Charlie into doing what he did, which was change the youth culture in America from left-leaning to right-leaning. I remember Charlie's early videos, him going in maybe 20, 30 people tops, and it'd get thrown Starbucks coffees at him. People would yell and scream at him. There were very few times that Charlie went into a place prior to 2020 where you saw any kind of crowd engagement that was positive for him. He was always kind of fighting the uphill battle. Then Trump lost, and he started to go to colleges, and you could see the turnaround. People were starting to wake up. People were starting to chant, Charlie, 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 USA, USA. And I think that the steal in 2020 did more to wake people up than just about anything that's happened. All the lawfare that happened against Trump over the past 5 years woke people up. It's amazing. You would think that once he lost in 2020, it was more or less done. It was going to die. I was worried for this country. But as 2024 started to roll around, I noticed the change. I was pretty confident that short of them stealing it again, he'd win. I am so glad that he did win. I think our country has a chance now. And it's all due to Charlie, or most of it's due to Charlie. Don't get me wrong, President Trump played a huge part in it too. But I think Charlie took it as a challenge to make, or to try to fight, to turn the youth back into sensible people, people who were critical thinkers. And God bless him for that. I think that the government today is much better than it was a year ago, in part because they started to weed out a lot of the people, the bad people. Trump had to go through it the first time to realize who the good and the bad people were. And people proved themselves to him over the past 4 years and have gotten to the point where I think that he's got mostly the right people in the positions to clean up the government. But you need to start doing some perp walks. Brennan, Comey, they've lied before Congress. Perp walk them. You don't have to charge them with everything, but perp walk them. Get them on those simple charges first, and you can add charges. There's no limit to the number of charges you can add to them as you discover stuff. But you need to show people, especially the dark state, that you're serious. Show them that you're coming for them. Then give them an out. Give an 800 number. Have Elon set it up. Have somebody set it up where they can call up with their federal ID number and what they did, why they did it, who they did it for, kind of thing, to get some leniency. This needs to start happening. Show the American people that these people aren't going to get away with it. Words have meaning. Words have meaning and consequences. God bless everybody. Christ is King. God love you, Charlie.